Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. We are going to review a beer tonight out of Jacksonville, Florida. It is from the Veterans United Craft Brewery. I have never tried a beer from these guys. I was fortunate enough to have a friend of mine bring this up to me from Florida. It's brewed out of Jacksonville, like I said. Veteran owned and operated. It's vubrew.com. This is their Banshee IPA. It's got a pretty cool label with this woman holding a huge hop. It is IBUs of 66, ABVs of 65. It's got a screaming hop aroma of flavor that will mimic the cry of the Banshee. Experience the wrath. I like that. Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, and Columbus hops. So, you know, you want to make what I call a standard IPA that pleases the masses, and you throw in Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, and Columbus hops, which are, other than Simcoe, I think you've just nailed the top 5. HopBanshee entices you to enjoy the mystical hop-laden West Coast style IPA and its sonic hop scream. That is probably one of the better descriptions of a beer I have reviewed in the last 6 months. I love the mystical hop-laden hop scream, crying of the powerful of the Banshee. So this is the only one I have. I have no idea what it costs, but IBUs of 66, ABVs of 6.5, should be quite delicious, and it is fresh. Recently purchased. I've only had it for about a week and a half, so it's got your typical slight orangey tinge to it, pretty filtered, pretty thick white frothy foamy head there, which will probably dissipate here in a second. Let's smell it. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is definitely what I would call a West Coast style IPA, because it kind of has a little bit of a malty tinge to it mixed in with the hops. You can clearly smell the Columbus hops, the Cascade hops. It definitely has that West Coast aroma to it. Kind of a little bit on the kind of grapefruity, orangey side of the sweetness, but definitely it's got a very heavy malty kind of background to it on the back end, which is the way most West Coast IPAs are. So cheers. Let's take a gander at it. Pretty good. It's fairly sweet, actually. Definitely big hoppy flavor on the front end. But it's got kind of this malty kind of caramely taste to it, which I wouldn't have expected. But it definitely has that kind of background of a caramel sweetness to it. It's very West Coasty, which isn't bad. It reminds me honestly of Sam Adams Rebel IPA. So if you've ever tried that, this is about as close to it as you can get, I think. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't. I don't know, but take it for what it's worth. That's what I feel like I'm drinking for something in the past that I can parallel it to. So it's got a good hop flavor to it. It tastes real fresh, goes down real smooth. Definitely has a little bit more of that bolder background to it with the malts. Tastes nice and fresh. A little bit of tinge of sweetness there with the fruit, but so this is a beer. This is where I'm going to get kind of rough with my review. This is a beer that I think blends in with a lot of beers in this crowded market. Would I seek this beer out? Probably not. I would probably give it a 3.5 on a rating scale between 1 and 5. I think it's good. It's tasty. It's drinkable. It's got a good balance to it. It definitely is a West Coast style, which is what they are going after. So cheers to that. They nailed that. But I think in a crowded market, it is something that I would probably glance over if I could buy it in my local market, because there are other beers of this caliber made by Green Flash, made by Founders, made by Oscar Blues Brewing Company that probably right at this price point I think are a little bit more palatable, at least for me. So I'm not knocking this particular beer, but that's why I didn't give a higher score, simply because it is a really crowded market. But if you live in the Jacksonville area and you can get this fresh, brewed that week, I mean, probably for, I'm guessing, $10 or $11 a 12-pack, or a 6-pack, excuse me. Yeah, I'd hook it up. It'd be a good thing to have in the refrigerator. So let us know if you tried HopBanshee. Appreciate you watching microbeerreviews.com. We upload all the time. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. If you like the video, click like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we will see you again real soon. Cheers.